so with the drag, is anybody having any problems with it? Looks like you guys are doing good. And between the two, is it easy to tell that the second one's much more efficient? You can be really, really lazy with this one. You can push and pull, and then when the time's right, just sit that hip down. They're easy to toggle too. Joby, let me get you one more time. You can push and pull on this. I can try to drag, and then I feel like he's not going for it, and I can elevate my hips and get a throw right behind it too. So if one's not working, you can kind of sort of go to the other. That starts to boil down to a feel thing. You guys want to see that one more time? I'm starting to sink, and maybe I can't get a good sink on it, and instead I'm just going to push my weight through my butt and elevate my hips, and I can go back to the throw. I'll let us play with that at another time. I want to spend the rest of the seminar talking about Kesa Gatame, the position where we're going to hold the guy, we're going to finish the guy today. My mind, when I get this position in a match, it's over. I want to say, like when we were at high rollers, moment I slid in there, I'm like, this match is over. That's your intent. That's how this should be. When we get to this position, this guy's not getting out anymore, okay? So Joby, let me get you. Let's talk about the hold down first. Yep. Flat on your back. We're in Kesa. There are two big reasons people get out. Number one, especially the taller the guy is, the Nick types, the Eric Rep types, they're going to step around with their leg and they're going to hook you. And they're going to use that to pull you into back mount. Has that happened to anybody in here before? Yeah, that's one of the big ones. So we have to stay perpendicular, right? My back is going to be on his chest and my legs are far away from his. If I start to feel his legs coming up, I'm going to walk my legs away closer to the head. All right? I can be parallel this direction with a little bit more success than if those legs are free hanging over here. That's a recipe for disaster. Number two, this elbow right here. You lose this elbow, he cuts it to the ground. Again, you're going to get your back taken. All right? So this is why, and also you'll hear me say this over and over again in the seminar today, it's super important to put our hip into this armpit. It's like a puzzle piece. I'm connected right here. If I start to get a little bit loose with it, you feel the difference, yep. Right, Joby? And then that elbow's free. What's up, Charles? Come on in when you're ready, dude. So I want that connection right here, guys. My hands are locked. I like to go hand over wrist grip because it's not as fatiguing. If the guy's really strong, I may go gable because it's easier to hold him. But if I know I can hold him in the spirit of jiu-jitsu with the least amount of effort possible, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to hold my wrist and I'm going to make sure he's snug. Now, we're working on position right now, so I want you to ask your partner, hey, how do you feel down there? Kind of stuck. Hey, partner, will you try to get away? No. And he's going to try to escape a little bit. He's going to try to hook your legs. He's going to try to cut his elbow down, and your job is just to keep him secure. All right? Last detail I want you guys to mention, I break the rules with this all the time, but in traditional Kesa Gatame, they tell you to have your head down, okay? That's going to play in later why we're not going to do that. But for me, I like to be able to see what's going on. So I keep my head at like a medium level where I'm looking down, but we have to watch out for these legs behind us. People like Nick, they'll hook that leg, hook my head, Joby, and pull you off and potentially armbar you. So we have to worry about those legs behind us. That's step number 3. And from there, we just control the position. So Roberto, let me get you so Joby can see, and then I'll let you guys play around with your pressure. Bye, later, Professor. Have a good one. All right, so we just threw the guy. We're in head and arm. Remember, my hip's in that armpit. I'm watching his legs. Check 1, I'm perpendicular. I'm good to go. Check 2, his elbow's up. Try to pull your elbow down, Roberto. Snug. It's not going nowhere, all right? My head's at a decent length. Throw your legs up, try to catch me. Cool, and I keep it down when I feel that momentum. It's pretty easy to feel his hips coming up from behind you. All right, before we get into any of our subs, I want you guys to play with the position. Let's get it on 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to do a little bit of a drill. I want to test your hold downs. So all I want you guys to do with the knowledge I've given you so far is control your opponent. There's no submissions, brown belts, black belts, no arm locks, no chokes. There are pressure taps, I'll allow that, but I only want you to control your opponent. Bottom guy, do your best to escape, all right? We're gonna do that 1 minute per person, and then we're gonna add some tools, some submissions to this position, okay? So choose who's on top, choose who's on bottom. If the bottom guy does get out, if he resets the position any way, start right back over. Let's get as many concentrated reps as we can in Kesa Gatame. On 3, guys. 1, 2, 3.